friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. EA is going to be releasing a new patch tomorrow. Thanksgiving in the States. Canada land already had their Thanksgiving, but probably being the reason we're seeing this patch come out tomorrow on a holiday for those that may be wondering. It's not a holiday across the world, of course. So we're going to quickly go over these patch notes for today. They went over with some of the gameplay. The community feedback was about hip checks are really fun to use and useful while making big hits. However, they are very overpowered in non-authentic situations, and the risk of taking a penalty is too low. And basically what that means is you can hip check somebody, go really slow into them, and it knocks them down every time. You can kind of glide across the ice ever so easily, hip check a guy, makes a play, and understandably so. It is good there's hip checks in the game, and it's good there's a way to play some defense in the game, but there's also a mechanic where you can, even I've noticed I'm not very good at hitting at all. It's like, you just hit the hip check button, you can just breathe on a guy and it's gonna kill him. So they say hip checks now use the default interference logic to create more consistent penalties. The player throwing a hip check needs to be completely in the hip check animation for a hip check to be successful. Kind of one of those things we were just saying, like you can just spam it sometimes, start to bend over last second, take too long, and kind of destroy a player. Players who are getting hip checked can slow down from before contact to help reduce the impact and reaction of the hip check. I like that a lot too. It's like, hey, you see the hip check coming? It's really hard right now to avoid. Again, you just, like we was just saying, you get breathed on, and boom, there you go. So it's like if you can slow up, make a move to get around it, I love that. So I think we're seeing some good updates to the hip checking mechanic here. Added the logic that requires a higher relative speed between the hip checker and the hit D to create large hip check reactions. So another good thing, again, is just the speed has to be there. You can't be going super slow and making huge hip checks in the game. While using total controls scheme, players are accidentally triggering reverse hit by clicking down the right stick while trying to perform dekes or shots. And I thought, if I'm mistaken, I thought they tried to fix that in the last patch. Was that not? I'm not sure. For some reason, I haven't personally had that problem. I know a lot of people have. It's kind of like the fake shot. I believe that's the same as the protect puck. Sometimes you can hit that button. While using total controller scheme, reverse stick lift will not be triggered while the puck carrier is in right stick handle or deke. And let me say that properly. The reverse hit will not be triggered while the puck carrier is in a right stick handle or deke animation. Oh, okay. Using a right stick whenever in that animation, it won't be triggered. I got you. The skater must be in a neutral skating glide in order to trigger a reverse hit. So essentially, it's like if you're skating, you're using a stick, you get it on your backhand, forehand, whatever, and then you hit it, it won't do it. But if you're just skating straight, not even, imagine you don't have your finger on your right stick, then you can do the reverse hit if you click it in without moving in any direction. Okay, so continuing on, other gameplay fixes. Fixed an issue where AI teammates were triggering stick tie-ups for a few frames, which would cause an interference penalty to be called. Fixed an issue where shoulder checks could target a player without the puck, even if the player had the puck carrier lined up. Fixed an issue where Beer Pro players were unable to perform the between the legs deke while using the total controller scheme. Interesting. That's an interesting, good for the Beer Pro community. I didn't know that was a thing. We have also released a new tuner set to accompany patch 1.2.1 improvements. As far as the goalies are concerned, increased max accuracy air when the goalie is performing a save with a low precision score. This will result in more opportunities for shots to beat the goalie clean and create more unpredictable outcomes, especially as a goalie becomes more tired. We should preface this, the community feedback in this little update for the goalies. So the removal of R2 RT glitch shots has shooting less effective and overall less of a variable threat. This results in players focusing on scoring through very close range shots, backdoor tap-ins, and breakaways, which makes scoring feel predictable. But the glitching didn't. I can't. Where it's not right there. Where it's not right there. Anyway, if you've watched the channel long enough, though, we are very, very, very anti-glitch goals, and anything that's glitchy that's not realistic, something about it, I don't know, I'm just not a fan. Nonetheless, continuing on, the distance required to trigger Thunderclap and Heat Seeker have been reduced by 10 feet, allowing skaters to get closer to the net to blast home shots with these X factors. Reduce this close to. We're talking way too quickly today. I apologize. Reduced the close to the net power modifier on close range shots from 20 feet to 15 feet to increase the threat of shots from inside the slot. So a little bit of action here to help with the ability to score more goals. The next community feedback, the full pressure impact on the team that is pinned is too powerful and doesn't feel authentic to the situation. Full pressure while on a penalty kill is extra punishing, and the time to end full pressure when the puck is out of the zone is too long. And yeah, I completely can understand this because, you know, it is difficult in this game, especially where you kind of forced to play a little closer to the net and a lot in a cycle because of the way the game's kind of set up to an extent, where it's 5-on-4 and it's so easy to cycle the puck around and take a bunch of shots. And by the time when you have the full pressure and the penalty kill modifiers going, you kind of have, like, you know, you just throw a bunch of shots on net and the other team's going to beat you to it because of how much faster they're flying around the ice if it just bounces off the goal and goes in a different direction and so on and so forth like that. So I understand that, and I'm glad this is something EA is kind of attacking here. It says they reduce the time puck needs to be out of the zone to end full pressure from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. I'm going to be completely honest. I have played a lot of NHL this year, more than I've played in the last few years. And my thought process has always been the same, where the full pressure thing disappears when you take the puck across center ice. Like the center ice line, I always thought it was done after that. And it was definitely gone once. I never knew it was a timer thing. Maybe it was a coincidence because once you get the center ice, by the time you turn the puck over and went back in, it was gone. I really thought that's what it was, though. I've never had a situation where that didn't work. That's funny. That's great. Nonetheless, that's nice. So they reduce them from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. They shorten that. They reduce the negative effect attribute multiplier applied to pinned players during full pressure from 20% to 15%. So they did drop the multiplier attribute by 5% there. They removed the negative energy drain multiplier for a team on the penalty kill. So that does mean you still have the full pressure drain, but the energy drain for a penalty kill is no longer there. So this avoids the double stacking of the full pressure energy drain and the penalty drain multiplier. So that should, again, that'll help you. You're still gonna have to deal with the full pressure mechanism and the drain and the multiplier, but you're not gonna have that, like they was just saying, you're not gonna double stack it. We're gonna feel that, or you're also getting drained so much easier because you're on a penalty kill. So that's a good update there, I think. Community feedback: goalies take too long to recover energy when the puck is out of the zone, and having goalies slowly drain energy when the puck is in the zone doesn't feel authentic. So essentially what they're saying here is the goalie doesn't lose energy enough in the zone, and they lose it too quickly once the puck is out of the zone. So EA's remove the energy drain a goalie receives while the puck is in their defending end, and they slightly increase the amount of stamina a goalie loses when performing a save. Stamina drain is mitigated by durability. Now this is an interesting good. Stamina drain is mitigated by durability attributes. So let me read that one more time, because this is new to me and news to me. I wasn't too familiar with, so maybe it's something we can all learn from. You guys knew about it. But it says slightly increase the amount of stamina a goalie loses when performing a save. Stamina drain is mitigated by durability attribute, which means the durability attribute, the better it is, the worse, the better your goalie is going to be when it comes to not losing stamina and not being drained from a save. I did not know that. They increase the goalie's neutral zone energy recovery to be identical to the energy recovery for when the puck is in the attacking zone. Community feedback coming up for the next one we have here is computer teammates are taking too many penalties. Oh, here's my favorite one. Computer teammates are taking too many penalties, which is causing frustration, especially in competitive games. Oh yeah, way behind this one. It says it greatly reduced the probability of greatly reduced the probability of computer teammates taking penalties and made this consistent across all game styles, hot rush, world of shot, whatever. And this is a big one because I know a lot of people are frustrated by it, myself included, where it's like, hey, you know, you're in a 2-2 competitive game, third period or something, even a second, anything could be game changing. All of a sudden your computer's out here taking a stick lift or a slash way out of the play, not even in the play almost, and it's like, what is this? And it's tough because as competitors, as gamers, it's like, hey, you don't want your computer to be costing you games. It's like, if I take a penalty, penalize me. But you kind of want to be in full control of that part of the game where you don't want it to be, because it really at that point in time it becomes a random mechanisms, like who can get lucky and get more of their computers to draw penalties, and you obviously want it to be as skill based as possible. So I love that they updated that. Other gameplay updates: they disable the chance of auto fights triggering from hits into the boards. They reduce the range defending players can push check in front of the net, with reduced chance of taking an interference penalty from 40 feet to 30 feet. I believe that's an update that'll help whenever you push up on the right stick to like try to get a rebound or hit a one-timer and the puck doesn't go to you, and you hit the opposing defender with a push check instead of swinging your stick. I believe that's supposed to help with that, because you're still seeing penalties in that regard, so that's good. Hopefully there. Increase the chance of a computer goalie performing a Michigan save attempt from 30% to 80% when in position. Oh yeah, I like that. So as we know, we're still seeing that Michigan going a lot. So they increased the chance of a goalie, computer goalie, performing a Michigan save attempt from 30% to 80%. I can't believe it's that low, 30%. So we're seeing that go back to 80%, which is, again, I like it. I like it. I know a lot of people love it, have some creativity, and it still goes in 1 out of 5 times, that means. But that's a good improvement there. I like that. Adjusted a player of the game period highlight reel scoring weights to provide more highlights for important goals and big saves. As mentioned before, NBA Pro fix an issue with the incorrect line changes, fix an issue where the pro player ages when saving changes in edit. Oh, that's fun. Fix an issue where the Premiere Pro player ages when changes in edit player. They increase the speed, salary, school, and franchise mode. Fix an issue where there was an auto sign for agents was set to no and it wasn't working properly. In the creation zone, they fixed an issue where creating a defensive defenseman created a defenseman with a forward play style. Had a bunch of goal horn updates, a whole lot of stuff with War to Chell, small errors as far as like club final stats overlays, changing creation mode on account 1. We're seeing fix an issue where users home equipment preset would be used when the club was returning to their or using their alternate. So a lot of uniform graphic change bugs we see in there. Fix an issue with War to Chell coins received was showing on the coin or the club tab during the end of a game screen flow. Fix various text color issues. So a lot of user interface stuff there and just visual stuff in War to Chell, which is good to see. Hockey Ultimate Team fix issues with display of objectives, progress, and pause menu during game, and a bunch of user interface fixes. That is everything. And again, we're a second patch update where we're seeing EA really dive into a lot of the community complaints, a lot of the community feedback, and trying to do their best to improve things from that regard. So again, you got to give EA their props for trying to do their best to improve the game, make it an enjoyable game for everybody. We'll see how this patch rolls out here tomorrow. As always, hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.